Hats are more than just accessories, they're social symbols, historical documents worn on the head. Let's analyze their history throughout time. In the Middle Ages, a hat wasn't just something to keep the rain off, it was a badge of status, of profession, and even of piety. Think of the broad-brimmed pilgrim hats, the monk's cowl, or the nobleman's feathered cap. Hats communicated who you were before you even spoke. By the 18th and 19th centuries, this visual shorthand became even more codified. The top hat, for instance, became synonymous with respectability and the emerging bourgeois class. Meanwhile, women's hats evolved into entire sculptural endeavors, extravagant displays of lace, feathers, and, occasionally, unfortunate taxidermy. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and hats were a daily ritual. Men wouldn't step outside without a fedora or a flat cap, women coordinated cloches with their gloves and handbags. A bare head, in many circles, was practically scandalous. So what happened? Why did this universal custom vanish? Well, several converging factors played a role. First, we cannot underestimate the influence of post-war fashion. After World War II, a sense of informality began to take root, especially in America. The burgeoning middle class embraced comfort and utility. The 1960s counterculture pushed this further, rejecting formality, and by extension, the hat, as a symbol of the establishment. There's also a practical consideration, the rise of the automobile. Once people began traveling more by car than on foot, tall or wide-brimmed hats became cumbersome. And of course, hairstyles, voluminous, styled hair in the 60s and 70s, simply didn't play well with headgear. Finally, hats lost their social necessity. They were no longer required in church, in court, or at the dinner table. The decline was cultural, not just sartorial. Today, hats are largely decorative or functional. We still wear them, baseball caps, beanies, sun hats, but their meaning has changed. They're more about personal style than public message. In a way, the hat's retreat marks the democratization of fashion. But it also means we've lost a rich visual vocabulary. Once, to wear a hat was to speak, now, it's more of a whisper.